you're watching this video and you've recently suffered a slip and fall accident, time is of the essence. So today I'm going to be talking about 2 things that you must do to increase your chances of winning your slip and fall case. One of the first questions that a lawyer is going to ask you is, what did you slip on or what did you trip on? And if you don't know the answer to that question, it is going to be very difficult for a lawyer to win your case for you. So speaking of time, and this may sound kind of silly, but you need to get as much evidence as you can right there from when you fell, which could include video. I'm not saying while you're laying on the ground, pull out your cell phone and take video all around yourself like that. I'm not saying that, but if you have a loved one nearby that can get video of the substance that you slipped in, or if someone's able to help you up and you can get video of the substance you slipped in, then that would be helpful for your case. Hopefully, whichever business or establishment you're at when this accident occurs, hopefully they have video cameras, surveillance cameras. So often I see that they have the cameras, but then we go through discovery and we find out those cameras weren't even working. They just had cameras up there to make people think that they were being watched. Also, while we're speaking of time, and I did say time is of the essence, hiring a lawyer as soon as possible is very important for slip and fall accidents, because we need to send preservation letters to the businesses to preserve any video footage or anything that's related to your injury. A lot of businesses that have surveillance cameras, they re-record every so many days. If you've waited 2 weeks to hire a lawyer, then it's gonna be another day or 2 before that lawyer can get the preservation letter out. So now we're looking at 14, 15 days, half a month. There may have been good video that has now been recorded over or deleted. Time is of the essence. And while I'm talking about having somebody else videotape you or you videotape yourself at the scene, you may be thinking, ooh, what about surveillance cameras? Can surveillance video be considered evidence for your case? Yes, it can. And that leads me to the next point. Even before you hired a lawyer to send a preservation letter, if you've done the right thing, you've already initiated the steps necessary for that business to preserve that video footage. And that is informing management of your fall. Ask them to do an incident report, ask for the manager's name, ask for any employees' names, any witnesses' names, contact information, all the information you can. Make sure that they record it down, ask them to record it down, and you yourself or family members, anybody with you, record this information down. Very often, I see management or the employees say, no, we're not doing an incident report. That's not our protocol. You can contact this number, this, that, and the third. It's your job to get as much information as you can. If they're not willing to provide that to you, that's on them. Just let a lawyer handle it. Now let's take a step back for a minute. We're talking about evidence, we're talking about reporting the incident to management, but we also have to remember the most important thing, your health and well-being. So if you've fallen and you suffered some significant serious injuries, broken hip, laceration, head injury, of course, you're not gonna be worried about evidence or speaking to a manager at that time, and that is okay. I'm speaking generally where you're able to actually get up and wait for EMS or have somebody else transfer you to the hospital and you're able to talk and move around. That's what we're really talking about. If you suffered a really serious incident, the evidence stuff will wait. Your health is what's most important. Health and medical treatment is your #1 priority after any type of accident. Not only is medical treatment important to address your injuries or your medical needs, but it's also important to document your injuries for the insurance claim that is likely to follow. For instance, you may visit an emergency room and a doctor will do x-rays and see that you didn't break a bone. Or the doctor may do an x-ray and find out that you suffered a fracture or something more serious is going on. And you need to know what's going on with your body and it needs to be documented. And one question I get all the time is, how am I gonna get medical treatment if I don't have health insurance? Or a potential client tells me, I didn't go to the emergency room because I don't have health insurance and I didn't want to be responsible for paying a big, huge bill. Again, for that initial emergency treatment, your health is more important than a bill. I would encourage you to get the medical treatment that you need and worry about that bill later, especially if there's going to be an injury claim and somebody else is at fault for the injury. They will be responsible for that bill. Follow-up medical treatment. Most lawyers like myself, we have a network or we know a lot of different medical providers that will provide the necessary medical treatment for our clients on what's called a letter of protection, which means that the client does not pay for that medical treatment up front. The doctors understand that this person has been injured due to no fault of their own, so they are willing to wait until the insurance case resolves before they take payment for their services. And also, it's our job to get those medical bills reduced down as much as possible, or at least try to, because no reductions are ever guaranteed, but we always try our hardest to get those medical bills reduced down as much as possible for every client. So in short, making sure that you document your slip and fall incident and making sure that you get the necessary medical treatment, those are two of the most important things that can help ensure that you're going to get the best recovery for your slip and fall case. And know that this is just general information. I only talked about 2 or 3 concepts here. Slip and fall cases are often very complex, and I'm sure that you have a lot of questions. So for any additional questions you have, check out some of my other videos or reach out to me. My information is on my website, and also you can click on the link below. So if you've enjoyed this content or if you found any of this information useful, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to continue posting more and more content, answering questions that clients bring to me or that you all bring to me. And hopefully we have the chance to interact here in the future. And if you've already taken these steps and documented your slip and fall and gotten necessary medical treatment, take a look at my next video. I'm going to talk about how you can determine whether your case will actually stand up in court when you have a slip and fall accident. So all right, I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy.